Merry Christmas, and welcome to episode 3 of Uncorked. So, this episode, we decided to do things a little bit differently. We shall be uncorking things, but just more for drinking than anything else. But this is Christmas, and we must celebrate it by gift giving. The object of tonight is to choose 2 films for a double feature. So we'll exchange a gift, and the person that we exchange it to will have to guess how many jingle bells are in each box. Whoever guesses the closest number to the number of jingle bells in the box will get to decide the movie we watch tonight based on whatever movie is written on the inside of the box.
Or on the outside of the box.
Or the outside of the box.
As the case depending.
As the case is.
I totally didn't screw up though.
But the extra special Christmas gift that we all deserve is the gift of Neil Breen.
I'm so excited.
So each of these films is a Neil Breen film. 4 out of his 5, excluding the most recent one he's made. So, without further ado, let's start the gift giving.
Okay.
Who wants to unwrap my box? Oh, I guess I get to give it.
Yeah, you go for
No,
you
I
first.
don't want to go first anymore.
Okay.
Michael, you unwrap my box.
Aw, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
All right, I just met this fella tonight, so
Oh no.
here's my gift to you.
Charles.
And,
Okay.
Okay.
well, now you actually have to give it to me because I'll have my own box if you don't. Yeah. It's like, I'm gonna guess my own
Good
box.
luck, Nate. Do you even remember how many you put in it?
Actually, yes I do. Okay, yes I do. I have to think about that. Hang on a second.
Little do you guys know that I have a photographic sense of hearing, so prepare yourselves.
All right.
I can't
That feels
wait.
like cheating.
I'm aggressive.
You were going to go first.
Especially.
Sorry. Oh, what's happening? All right, I'm going first.
You're going first.
Yeah, you go first.
All right, clearly. Okay, I think this is, that's 9 jingle bells, clearly.
We're saying 9 jingle bells.
9
okay.
jingle bells. Excuse you.
I have a theory that it's 7.
He's
7
guessing
jingle bells.
7.
Theory that it's
I have a theory that it's 7.
Okay.
Okay.
Jeez. So many jingle bells.
Hey. Because one of those is heavy.
What is in this box? Michael, are you poning us?
8.
8.
Hey. Not a lot. 10?
10?
I'm gonna guess 10.
Okay.
She said not a lot, and then went with the highest guess of all of us.
We'll see. All right. So, Michael, you want to open your box first,
Let's
or how
do
we
it.
wanna-
Let's
or
go for it.
We're
Let's
just
go.
going for
Okay,
it.
3, 2,
We're going
1.
full Christmas. Oh my God!
I'm not good with
I am not one of you people.
No.
I'm not able to do that.
No.
So first off, the movie is written on the outside of my box, and it is Double Down.
Open it up and count how many you got.
All right, I had guessed 9.
Yeah.
9.
I know.
About to find out.
How off you are.
And it is written. Ooh,
16!
Oh,
Nothing is
gosh.
double
Football.
down.
I need to go to the optometrist for my ears.
You're
Your
traumatized.
photographic hearing.
I was way off. Is that really 16? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9?
Yes,
Okay.
All right. So, did you put your name on the inside?
Pretty bad
on the outside?
guess.
It's on the inside.
It's on the inside. Okay.
It was
So,
supposed to be.
there we go. Fateful Findings. 8.
Oh, how many did you get?
7.
Not
All
bad.
right. All
Not
right.
bad.
All
I'm
right.
scared
I
now.
have to check
All right.
which
I
side
hate
that's on.
losing. I still hate losing, even if it's not.
Yes.
I always hate losing.
I am here now. 10.
10. What was your
Ooh, he
guess?
only 2 off.
8.
He guessed 8.
Ooh.
Mine
Can I have my
is...
keys back?
Yeah. You can have your
keys
keys.
right
Yeah, his keys.
You bastard.
I thought that's a bit heavy for
Pretty
a bell.
good. When you consider that he totally pwned you, that was pretty good. If I'm right, we're gonna watch Pass Through. I don't care personally because I have no idea what any of these films are about. So I just know they're all by Neil Breen, which means we're in for a show. We're in for an adventure.
Absolutely.
Damn it. 7. Okay, well, Nate wins. I guess 10.
Yeah, you were close.
Good job.
Faithful findings it is.
Happy little Christmas
Faithful
elf.
findings, and if we have time for a
I'm
double.
terrified.
Okay, the next up is Charles is at, right?
Ten?
I am here.
I am
Yeah.
here.
That was 8. Oh, yeah.
Yes,
Now.
indeed.
I'm gonna shoot this damn car up full of holes.
No, no, no!
Jim! Amy!
You killed him. Dad! No! Allie! Dad! Don't go in here!
That movie was fucking amazing.
Yeah, that movie was great. The movies that we definitely just watched were
Not so great.
amazing.
He definitely put that in his, like, just kitchen area.
So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen.
Hello.
We survived it.
Did we though?
We did indeed watch 2 Neil Breen films.
Michael's traumatized, so bear with him.
He'll never be the same again. Never.
Those were 2 of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
So in order to capitalize on that, we're actually having Michael describe them. If he can.
He can.
So, well, go ahead.
What's there to say, Michael?
Yeah, tell us about
I honestly...
Fateful Findings.
Fateful Findings is a film that exists.
Is it a film?
And you know what? I don't think I can. I don't think I can talk about them because
That's fair.
they're nothing. I just have to generally say some things. They're nothing. There's sort of plots, but it's so like interconnected. I don't know how people would agree to be in a movie like this and would be on set and be like, yeah, let's keep doing. I need
How
someone
someone can
else
see
to
the
talk.
dailies and go, yeah.
Yeah.
It's going the right way, man.
It was one of the most painful movie watching experiences of my life.
Dailies, you assume that was longer than a day of filming.
The sad thing is, it obviously was.
I think it was. When you say lines this slow, how could it not take more than a day?
It does explain the use of 4 periods after.
I am here.
I am here. Dot. 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 Now. Which we were joking about before we actually watched the film, but then it happened visually. But anyway, I don't want to backtrack. I don't want to forward track too far. I wanted to say something real quick about Fateful Findings, which was
Please.
just way too many subplots in one film. No closure, and I frankly still can't tell you what that film is about. I don't think there was a plot. Not really.
What do you...
So it opens in about 5 locations. It's in the middle of a city. It's in a storage unit, and then it's in the desert, and then it's in.
Well, what's in the storage room? So what's in the storage facility?
Well, we go through this like nice
book.
Kubrick-y shot.
That was a
down
pretty
an
shot.
alley,
I
you
will
know.
say that. That was a good
Yeah,
shot.
down an alley.
Office chair shot, but okay.
But it's not. There were these occasional.
Nonetheless, we come to this like
good shots.
mystical-looking book. It's either a
Book.
book or a mailbox. I don't
quite-
know.
it's
It's
quite
very
thick.
large.
Yeah.
Big, thick
with
old
2
book.
scenes.
Just resting on a pedestal in the middle of the walkway of the storage unit. Why? We don't know. But
Glitter.
cut to
How'd you? At the same time, I remember.
cut to the woods and a mountainous nature setting, and we've got some really slow panning nature shots, and then children.
children.
Slow-moving children.
You know, I've actually already forgotten that's what happened.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
With the
beginning
mushroom.
kids.
The mushroom with
right.
the glitter.
The whole-
More
We
glitter.
go to these
The plot.
children. They find this magic mushroom. Under the mushroom, there's already like a little magic
You can't
rock
even say
thing.
under the
Then they have
mushroom,
this.
though.
It wasn't under the mushroom,
It's
exactly.
a disappearing,
It tur-
fading
it
mushroom
turned-
that is hiding treasure
turned
in a
into the
Chinese
box.
piece of red box thing with a rock in it and some random ass pebbles on the ground
Besides,
that
that's
look
right.
like chiclets.
Because when the mushroom disappears, there's already like
I am not
plastic-
okay.
plastic jewelry to the side of the cheek
I'm gonna make a
box.
bracelet out of
And
it.
then she writes, "It's a magical
wonderful
day."
day. No, it's
like
magical.
big and across her journal. Like, okay, she's
In
writing a
perfect
journal
cursive.
that she would just flip to a random blank page and write diagonally across the whole thing.
Ignoring
That's the
every line.
With an
entire.
underline.
Yeah.
with
in cursive.
exquisite
Yeah.
cursive.
I'm not going to
She
record
grew up in
any
a Catholic
details
school,
about this.
okay.
That's not how people
Anyway,
journal.
so the movie
anyway.
proceeds and
Well, she moves
oh,
away.
She moves.
She moves away.
Then they're instantly
They pull
robbed.
out a like black onyx
Oh, that's
stone
Yeah,
right.
the stone.
Okay,
that he
yeah.
keeps, and then she
That's true.
moves
And
away.
She kept her "It's a Magical Day" notebook.
And they had to return. They
And
had to
a
put
bracelet.
something into the box because they took from the box. So they took the plastic beads and put it into the box.
That's
It's
right.
bad luck to leave a box empty.
And you know
the
what?
thing turns back into a mushroom, and then she moves away.
That whole beginning sequence also, best part of the movie. That was like
It was okay.
actually cinematic in
Yeah.
a sense. I got
From
the
there,
sense of
it
some
plummeted.
kind of plot.
It had the setup of something that felt like they wanted to
Yeah.
progress that idea.
Right.
Like the rock in the box would
I
be
just
something.
realized something
Right.
is already bothering me, which is the beginning of the movie. They said it's bad luck to not leave something in the box. That should have been when the little boy, being a sprightly little
did they know that?
didn't leave anything in the box, which would have explained why their lives turned to crap. But instead, they did what they were supposed to do. Their lives turned to crap anyway. They came back and put it back in the box, and then everything was fine.
They
Anyway,
crossed
made
all their
no
T's with
sense.
this damn magic
Made
box.
no sense. Yeah, they didn't mess with it.
At the beginning, because nothing bad happened in their lives other than...
Until he got hit by a car 30 years later.
Oh my god.
Can you hear me?
No, not my Verizon phone.
Oh my god!
Dylan, what's going on? Talk to me.
He wasn't before.
Dylan.
He won't now.
With a crappy pill popping ass wife,
Yes.
who he
because
also treated like. Why did they yell?
Why are we?
We're excited
We are upset.
and we're animated. They yell like this.
They do.
Why can't you be normal?
Is it possible even to
God.
recount the plot
I
point for
don't
point?
know.
Because
No,
it
I don't
goes-
want
okay,
to.
not the plot,
I'll be
the
honest.
instances.
I don't think we need to.
I can establish like little things because they like give you like little bits.
Yeah,
Of it.
yeah.
Like, he gets hit by a car.
Gets hit by a car,
after
goes
not
to a-
talking to his wife for 2 straight minutes on a phone call.
Those phone calls were
And-
trash.
Hi. Yeah?
Are you on your way home?
Okay, great. Yeah. No, nothing. Nothing special.
Yeah.
Oh
The
boy.
writing was trash. The acting was
I
trash.
still.
From the first moment you see Neil Breen, I mean, he looks like
Who is the boy?
Steven Seagal and Bob Ross, who's
That's a
never
disservice
done
to Bob Ross.
And
a
Steven
moment
Seagal.
of hard labor in his entire
Oh my
life.
god, his flabby chest,
And
his
that's being-
shaven body,
Yeah.
his buttocks.
Yes.
Hairless. Whole body hairless, except for like his floofy
actual
soft hair and like crispy defined sideburns, and then from there down,
Naked.
naked mole rat.
Yep.
Just soft,
It's like the
thinning
hairless
hair.
cat.
His very thin hair.
I'm sorry,
Yeah,
I
very
don't like to
fine
judge
hair.
people for the way they look, but
But
it's
I'm
like,
doing it.
God, not the person I want to watch for an
It
hour
was
and
not
40
someone
minutes.
who can
Not the
be a
person you want to
lead.
see naked multiple times.
Some
Multiple
people-
times, getting with all of these women.
What do you mean
God.
to see for an hour and 40 minutes? 2 hours? No, 3 hours total, I think,
Never
right?
saw
You're
one female
absolutely
titty.
right, and I'm angry.
Never saw one female titty, but boy
That's
did I
true.
see Neil
We
Breen's
saw a
chest.
lot of Neil Breen nipple and a lot of other dude nipple. So he gets hit by a car after
right.
not talking to his wife,
Yes. Oh, right, and
then-
ends up in the hospital.
where he is
Probably
neurologist,
his apartment.
which turns out to be his long. Okay, so his name's Dylan. He was the kid who was having a magical day with
The girl.
Leah.
Leah. Wow.
I know.
the one they
I'm
showed
never gonna
him.
forget the movie. That's the worst part.
And so the doctor's like, it's looking bad. He's not going to survive this. And his friend and his wife, Neil Breen's wife, not his friend's wife, but
His
Neil Breen's
best
wife.
friend, who we never established any sort of bestiness with.
His friend
His
and
drunken
his best
friend
friend show up.
Yeah. And they're like, oh no. And he's like, we need to call in the neurologist. But so the neurologist comes in. It turns out she's Leah.
Which they don't.
We don't
really
know yet,
establish
yeah.
that, other than you see the bracelet.
Bracelet, you do see the
That's
bracelet.
right.
Yeah, they establish it right up top because she's got the bracelet on still from when she was a kid.
And then she...
Which, that's not realistic, because that shit would
Yeah,
never last
so,
for 30 years.
by the way, a little flash forward. This gal's been wearing the same bracelet
For
since she was
30
8
years.
years old, and with the same journal in her tight little pocket.
That's the barbecue scene.
Yeah, that's way down the
I
road.
think about you every day.
I think of you every day.
Because she's not his neurologist, though, because she comes in and says,
This is
He's
not
not
my
my
patient.
patient.
But she is a neurologist. Or a doctor.
Maybe?
I don't know. I don't really care.
This
That's
is not my
fair.
patient, but I will come back and check on him
Yeah,
anyway.
even though I have no
Sounds
idea
like
who he is.
that's your patient.
But the mask over the... Okay, so he got hit by this car, and he has this bandaging over half of his face, and that's why she couldn't recognize him, guys, because if she'd have seen his face, she'd have known. Even though he aged like a meth head, she would have known. It was because of the mask. And the oxygen mask that was on top of that mask, which would clearly help him to exist in this
That's such
comatose
a-
state.
So he rips off all the taped on IVs, leaves the hospital. I think it's the first instance of the reappearing, disappearing black shoe man.
Yes,
that
he just
ends
shows up
meeting
and walks
later.
away.
By
he
the way,
just
this entire film
Is
was
it ever
probably shot in his
resolved
house.
who that is?
No.
I mean, it's
No,
him.
it's
No.
him.
Is
I'm
it?
assuming
No?
it's him.
Gotta be his
I
like
never
weird
see
little.
him in black shoes.
He walks in that weird way.
In reality, it is Neil Breen.
Yes.
In the film, I don't know who
I
he's
don't
supposed
know
to be
who it
because he
is.
does
They
the
never
same.
explained it.
Is it supposed to be the people
Rock?
No, is it supposed to be the people? It could be The Rock.
I think it's The Rock.
No, that makes much
'Cause
more
it's
sense
black.
than my theory.
But
Yes.
but we're giving him too much credit,
Wait,
so let's
Dwayne
proceed.
the Rock Johnson? What are you talking
No,
about?
the
I think
Onyx
it says
Rock.
Onyx Rock because it's all in black and it keeps following him around and it's magical.
Oh yes.
We're also
And then he
forgetting.
inherits the Onyx Rock powers.
Yeah, I think that's it.
So The Rock turns into a person that walks around.
So, but there's there's a lot of problems with this film. First of all, it's trash. Second of all, the problem is that there's these,
No.
there's way too many things happening at once. He has a wife
right.
who he does not seem to like, and yet he
Also-
really feels like he needs to support and help her out, even though she's a pill-popping drug addict.
She gets addicted to
who's
his pain pills.
addicted to his pain medicine after the accident. And
She
it's kind of
fishes them
implied-
out of a toilet.
Which are clearly laxative pills, by the way, but let's proceed. They're either that or Pepto-Bismol, I can't tell. But my point is, so that's one weird plot. And it wasn't established whether or not she was popping pills before the accident as well.
I
But
think it
kind
was
of felt like it
implied,
was.
yeah, because he's you
Like
having
she'd
this
done it
problem.
before. Yeah.
Not that
They
we
didn't
know.
establish anything.
Then
before
his
that.
best friend is an alcoholic who's not getting along with his wife, and we're like cutting back and forth between weird scenes with them.
Let's just across the board, acting is abysmal.
I'm hungry. I can't wait for dinner.
You could take a random person off the street, make them memorize lines.
They'd
it
have
would
done
be
better.
better
100%.
than 90% of the
You're
actors.
assuming they memorized lines.
They could have read them off a
Yeah, I
sheet.
think they were reading them off a cue
You wouldn't
card.
have to have them memorized. You could hold a cue card, and most people could read that in a cognitive way and not have a break.
Which he totally did.
I can't believe you committed suicide.
What
I
blows
can't
my
believe.
mind is that Neil Breen himself has the wherewithal to want to make a movie like this, wants to make a feature film. He considers himself an artist on some level, I
I'm sure he
assume.
does.
But you know
he
what? Let us
wrote
all-
a script.
let us-
He got it produced.
let us
He
all-
collected all the things necessary. He gathered people to make this movie, and then he delivers his lines.
We
like
just have to let him
I
do
don't
this
think
for a
he's mad.
while. I think he's
I
gonna.
think that we need to take
Sorry.
a moment to.
No, it's perfectly
it's fine, Michael.
justified.
We need to take a moment to appreciate the fact that this is a man who, at the very least, is passionate. He was
is
like,
very
he
passionate.
put his money
well,
down.
he cares desperately about the fact that
He is Jesus.
corporate America is doing bad things.
He does
cares
care
He's always got a theme.
because
Yep.
his political message
got a
in
message.
every movie
Yep.
so far
Corporate
has been
greed.
corporate greed is bad.
Capitalism's bad.
All
Nature
the
is
politics
good.
are corrupted. Yeah.
Nature's good. Solar energy. Why haven't they figured out how to use solar energy
So
yet?
he cares
That's Jesus' bone to pick. Okay?
desperately
Jesus is here
about
for solar
that.
power.
He just doesn't know how to
Deliver the
express
message
that.
at all.
Yeah. And he did complete several films from start to finish and get them somehow out there.
And the
Yeah.
feature length.
He did
They are
technically make
technically
movies.
long
If you
enough.
remove a lot of the duplicates, they're probably only about 60 minutes.
This movie makes me sick to my stomach.
It really did.
So okay, so what's happened?
What's that?
Goddamn.
Bad relationship with his wife.
That's right. That's the thing because they're juggling all
We were
these
doing
plots.
the overarching
Oh,
plot.
They're
let's
juggling.
talk about how many laptops you can destroy in a film.
Neil Breen-
Insert laptop destruction compilation here.
I'm not ready for this.
Throw paper,
Neil
throw
Breen's
books.
character Dylan made a book once,
Yes.
and he's trying to make a second book.
Except
Yes.
that he's not.
Except
But he's
Not.
not. It's a cover up because he's actually looking for
He's
secrets.
a hacker.
Yeah.
We could just talk about the plots they're juggling because we have pill popping wife that ends up killing herself by overdosing.
Emily!
There's the
Drunk best friend.
drunk best friend who gets
and his drunk
murdered.
wife.
Who, by the way, the drunk best friend like hits on his wife.
That's true.
Is rebuffed.
Which is why his wife ends up thinking that it's like somehow
Her
fault that he killed himself,
but
even
he
though
didn't
he didn't.
kill himself because his wife killed him because his wife was being a jerk to him.
They were both being
She was
jerks.
annoyed that he had a car that he liked more than her, so she was going to shoot the car.
But she
It was a
also
nice
never
car.
really
Shot him
wanted
in
to
the
do
neck.
anything.
Exactly. Every time she was with him, she hated him.
So subplots here. We, like you said, we've got him and his wife. We've got his friend and the friend's wife and their daughter.
Oh, that's right. Because so when she shows up and says, "I'm gonna fill that damn car all full of holes,"
I'm gonna shoot this damn car out full of holes.
she accidentally shoots him, and then it's a cover up.
Accidentally. One shot.
Kills him. She blames it on suicide that he killed himself, even though the daughter saw.
Even though she was holding a gun without a glove and just put it next to her.
Because the cops never would have figured it out.
Dylan shows up, smears a bunch of blood on his face. And says, "I
Can't believe you committed suicide.
Then there's the plot where, since Leah's now back, he's now cheating on his wife with Leah, but he's very sad that Leah kills herself.
Emily!
And then there's a whole plastic trash bag room.
Oh yeah, he mysteriously turns up in the upside down periodically to envision himself naked and embracing a beautiful woman. That
assume
poor actress.
Was Lee.
The black room, the black trash bag room,
The trash bag room.
was the Onyx
was
cube.
also the Onyx as well. Yeah.
And where
That
he
actually makes sense.
where he embraced Leah, who was probably a body double because they
They couldn't get her back.
I don't
Couldn't
think
get
they
her back.
wanted
For
her
the one
titties
day.
out.
yeah.
She's like, I ain't coming back for that, no way.
I actually think that, so there was this one line where he goes, "It was you," and he's talking to his wife who
What
just
do you
killed
mean
herself.
by that?
I'm pretty sure that was her in the black onyx cube reaching out to him.
her hair is like,
Long, but it's brown.
I still
it is
think
clearly brown.
I still think that was
It is
blonde
not
hair.
blonde.
I still think it's blonde hair in a
No.
dark room with this one spotlight on it, which you can only see the gold.
If it was, then it was really, then it was bad.
I mean,
Okay, fair. Okay,
The
so
understatement.
so the acting, not even just the verb, not even the writing.
the cadence.
No, the expressions. That line where he's like lying and he goes, "I've never seen mugging that bad."
There's another woman, is there? No, it's only you.
There is another girl.
No, that is not true.
Then there's
So-
another subplot where the daughter of
Therapists.
the oh god, you're right. The two therapists.
Oh,
you
wow.
He
have
has,
lady.
he's like,
old lady therapist
Best
who is
actress
a
in the
good
film.
actor. Yeah.
Hands down, the best lady in the film,
Good
best
character
person
actor.
in the film. Had these really
Best-
cool eyes.
Yeah. Then there's the Santa Claus.
Oh, yes, with his glasses here.
his glasses were so far down his
They were
nose.
pinching his nostrils
Too far.
together.
He and he kept mentioning like you should write your other book because I gave you the pills so you could write your other book.
I think what they symbolized as psychotherapists was one was a pill pushing Okay, it was very clear that there were a lot of messages in the film. They were either grossly on the nose or completely so vague that we have no idea. We can't even surmise what they might have been trying to deliver.
So,
And that on top of the bad acting with the awful shots,
my God.
frankly terrible sound and lighting.
I just want to mention how every time Neil Breen is working, he has like 5 laptops. None of them are on.
None of them are
Ever,
on.
They're
including in the
all
hospital.
black. He types on them like he's angry. Like, and then when he actually gets angry, he will throw a book like this, like the weakest little, I'm so upset, and then throw it at his own laptops and like knock his laptop.
He did. He broke the keys clear off.
And then in the next scene they were back.
He knocked his laptops
Oh my
off that
God.
desk how many times?
And it was
3
so
times
romantic,
or so.
Michael. It was so romantic.
So I can't.
That's happening now.
Oh no!
Where they ripped each other's pre-cut clothing.
And they have.
You can actually see where he
Neil
cut her
Breen
clothes.
filmic style number 724,
The kiss.
ripping the shoulders
Oh,
off of
love
the
those
shirt.
bare shoulders.
Yeah.
And look at these kisses.
Oh,
God, that
they
is.
Look at
They,
his
like, stick.
strong
That is
jaw.
awful.
His lower lip sticks to her.
That and this shot's reverse shot
When we
because
go down
that
to
was
the
the
feet,
wrong way to
her feet are on the left, his
Yeah.
feet are on
They
the.
broke the 180 rule. Either that or he has some glorious feet. So the therapist. Okay, I think you're actually really correct when you talk about the therapists represent
The
pill pushing or the natural order of life.
And actually guiding you, helping you, rather than keeping you functional.
Why
love
did
how
she
close they sit.
Why did she
I actually
turn
liked
into
it.
nothing?
She fades away to. Oh, that's right. She
Because
does.
the other guy doesn't. Why did she do that?
I think that
I'm trying to remember.
actually
how
the
it-
movie really fell apart toward, I'd say, the last 15 minutes.
Okay, so just
That's where it really
fast
died.
forward through all of it
'Cause we've
none of it
basically
matters.
summarized it.
Exactly. The same scenes happen.
Yeah, listen, if it doesn't make any sense to you,
Fine.
that's
okay.
because it doesn't make
didn't
any
make sense to anyone.
It
It's
just,
not
don't
you.
worry about it.
It's this.
There are no interim shots, so everything is scene in room, cut to other scene in room with same actors in a different position.
And sometimes same room.
Same room, cut to the
Continually the same room.
and the few times
The
they did
hospital
cutaways
scenes
where
were
they did
shot
a
in
cutaway
his
to
house.
some other useless shot, back to the same room where he grabbed a laptop in between the cut.
Makes no
And
sense.
it'll be like, we have conflict in this scene. Now it's totally fine. Or like,
all narrative
or vice
threads
versa.
just explode.
They fray, they
Yeah, they
fizzle out like bad rope.
So-
Nothing ever gets. You don't feel at the end like, wow, that was wholesome. I
That
got
was-
something out of that. Nope. So at the end, okay.
Well, the hackers find Leah.
Well, okay, yes, they do,
Yes,
and they
they
kidnap
kidnap
her.
her.
Kidnap her. He finds a conveniently placed where to take her car that falls out of the kidnappers.
It's written clearly on a business
Take her to
card.
X
He
place.
shows up. He teleports through the.
Past the part where he
He
tried to call her phone
Jesuses
for
his
30
way
minutes.
into the truck.
He fade cuts his way through the trailer. It's very hot in the trailer because they're sweating profusely.
oh yeah, I mean, I don't know if we've explained that. Neil Breen at some point discovers that he can like
Jesus
basically
his way around.
teleport through walls.
And we haven't even talked about the cankle farts.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the
we
whiskey
haven't.
cankle
Oh man,
fart.
yeah.
With the whale sound.
There's like poorly edited magic, sort of like flows
The
in.
The essence, the spirit, whatever it's supposed to
guessing.
be.
It only
But-
it only happens when they're together.
So we get done with that. He rescues her. He Jesuses her back out of the trailer, and he like takes her home. Instantly replaces his now dead wife. Like, I mean,
Very
she's
quickly.
sleeping in his bed.
Possibly.
It's fine now. Everything's fine. Yes, your phone fell.
They establish how quickly she becomes his new wife because not even 2 scenes later, she's also concerned about him.
Yes, but please.
Being standoffish and weird.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
He had a guy too.
Yeah.
by the
Oh,
way.
Yeah, which they never ever
Never
included
addressed
what happened
again.
there.
Gone. He doesn't matter. He's just gone.
But
from
what
that point.
bothers me the most, and I know this may shock you, is that in this film they never. Okay, this is a common problem for writers where they'll write about something that they frankly don't know anything about, i.e. in this case hacking, and what kind of information you could possibly obtain. Whatever it is that he has discovered that has made, at the end of the film, this random senator, random congresswoman, random
The president of the bank.
CEO, president of the bank, you're
President
right.
of the bank, it's
Random
the
ass
senator.
obviously picked out because these are the people he envisions as being the corporate greed capitalist murderers of the planet.
Or it's who would say yes to his movie.
Or political as well. Politicians are at the bottom of his ranking, along with lawyers. And
Lawyers, the easy...
the simpleton that anyone could think of, a grade schooler could have written.
Exactly. It's written like a grade schooler
He
would have.
never establishes what any of this information was. It's like, I've been hacking into government systems and no one knows I'm doing it. Cool. What did you discover?
But he never establishes that, and then all of the people come up
And
one
murder
by one,
themselves.
and then say, yes, we did do things that were bad for the customer, and then they shoot themselves.
I'm releasing these files to the public today.
Michael, I'm so sorry.
Payoffs and greed were always the priority of my company.
What?
Like many companies.
What? He just admitted it. Got him.
I'm afraid of going to prison. They now know my crimes.
No. Oh god. It's the same guy.
I am resigning today as your senator.
This is my favorite
The
actor.
people who elected me
Which
deserve someone who cares about them.
Which state?
Shoot, to glorious applause.
Which, by the way, the glorious applause is a shot of a row of cameras with applause in the background.
With one person,
like one movement of a
Over
person.
like a Capitol building or something with a
Yeah.
horrible green.
Terribly green screen. I love that all these like president of the bank, just like, yes, we did all these things. We are terrible.
I'm blowing my brains out. One guy shot himself from here though, and then one guy slit his,
A woman asphyxiated herself with a car by rolling the window up.
which is not how that works.
Honestly, the most fascinated just by like how Neil Breen has the opposite of star power. Like, if star power is a thing, he has negative star power. I mean, Tommy Wiseau, there's something about him that you want to watch the
He's
guy.
at least
He's so
interesting.
weird that
Yeah.
you're like, what is going on here? I don't want to watch
That
Neil
and
Breen. I'm
Tommy,
very
even though
sorry.
he was bad, was like
Emotive.
he believed it.
I haven't seen The Room.
Tommy believed it.
What I've seen, I know. What I've seen of The Room, though,
You would love
That's
it.
weird.
acting was okay. A lot of the shot composition from the things I've seen look really nice in The Room.
Well, he did it on film.
Yeah, but even not even just the film, the
Like the
lighting,
actual composition
the
of the shot.
composition, the setting of the scene, people moving, looks nice. These do not do that.
Well, that's the thing is at least with Tommy there was passion.
He believed
Well,
it.
first off, Neil Breen did have passion, but Tommy had visible passion. There was energy.
Neil Breen looked like
energy.
he snorted a line of crushed up hydrocodone before every shot. But whoa, that brings up a theory. We had mentioned a few times that he moves funny, right? He was very stilted. Even his hands kind of get held weirdly by his sides. And by the way, I am not making fun of him as a human being.
I am.
But I'm just saying, it appeared to me as though he moved in a manner that maybe he got in a bad car accident. Maybe Homeboy does do Percocet every day.
Basically, that's all of
That's
Fateful
the
Findings.
movie,
That's
yeah.
basically it.
It doesn't. What does it end?
It ends with them
Blowing their brains out, and
killing
then
themselves,
he goes
and then
home.
going back to Colorado and walking down, and then they turn into kids, and then whale sounds.
By the way, the book was this thick, and I'm still just really weirded out by the fact that the book was for some reason this thick. The glitter book.
Yeah.
No one's gonna read that. You don't look at a book like that and go, I want to know what's in that. No one would do that.
What was the book? Who were the three people?
Why was it in a storage unit?
Who were the three people that almost showed up?
Oh, the three people in all black that were in the middle of the desert.
And then
he like asked
for no
them,
reason.
Where'd you get these earrings that are clearly not just tassels from something? Where'd you get these? Oh, an old friend gave it to us in the middle of the night. As he awkwardly speaks into his ear, or to her ear.
He awkwardly eats grain out of her ear.
Look at those stony onyx eyes, baby.
Onyx. Here it is.
Oh no, it's the whale
He
mist.
flipped it.
Okay, did he? We had to come from this side of the screen this time.
If we look at this first film, Fateful Findings, which is horribly overburdened with story and characters, frankly, to an extent, shots,
Plot line, shots,
way too much.
characters, so much stuff.
and
All of
it's
it
so
unresolved.
slow.
All of it unresolved. Nothing
But
happens.
we take that and then we go to I Am Here Now,
Which came out-
is the almost the exact opposite, and it came out years
2
prior.
years before,
Yep.
I think.
2 years prior to
It was,
yep.
I would say, had the exact opposite problem. Completely underburdened, so on the nose that it was painful. It was like dragging someone over concrete with letters written on
You
it.
could do this plot. You could
And
describe
you just
this
read
plot.
it.
It's
Yeah.
simple. You could do this.
It was pretty
plot.
simple.
Do
Robot
you think
Jesus.
I could describe
You
this
can
plot?
do this. I
It's
am
much
here
simpler.
Okay, let me give this a shot. I am here now. So we open in the desert. Nice big panning shots. Actually, pretty lovely.
They were nice.
I will
Oh,
say,
the sky was
from
great.
the
That was
opening musical cues, we were kind of like, oh, wait a minute, this is
Better.
not so bad.
You put more effort into it.
We pan across to find what's sort of like looks like a meteor trail in the desert, and then
We actually saw the meteor come down.
yeah, we did. We saw it. You know, poorly edited, but nonetheless, it worked. We come over to this thing. Now this meteor, which I thought was huge, a hand comes down, picks it up. Okay, that's much smaller. I thought this was like half a mile in the desert. No, it's like 30 inches. Anyway, a hand picks it up. I don't remember exactly what happens, but Neil Breen descends from on high.
But he's not
Basically,
just Neil
we get
Breen.
a shadow of
Oh, that's
a
right.
crucified man.
Right.
We slow pan up Neil Breen's
In a white
muscular
robe. Oh, very
calves
toned.
and up to his
Like
white lab
stringy
coat.
chicken. It's stigmatted. by
We've
the-
got computer motherboard chips,
like
like
RAM.
Like
taped,
taped
it's
to
like,
it.
it's like
RAM.
taped RAM chips or
Yeah.
something, like taped to his arms, lab coat, and then there's like a whole chest plate. Breen is looking good. He is in top form. He's way more fit in this movie than in the later
You can
one.
definitely tell which shots
Slow
were.
descent.
You can definitely tell what order shots were done in because he gets tanner as the film proceeds. But
That's true.
because he
So-
clearly doesn't know how to take care of his skin.
We've
but we'll
arrived
go
on this like techno Jesus in the desert, and he begins the film sort of with a speech about the species. They've
The
let
human
us,
species.
The human species.
Why are the humans failing? I've given them everything.
You can't judge a human species based on one skull you found in the middle of the south.
I've given them everything.
He got lost, Jesus, okay? He tried his best.
Everything.
So we get some of these like artsy shots of him sort of walking through the desert past like
Baby heads.
baby doll heads,
Yep.
past a skull. There's like a rubber tarantula. There's different imagery. A rose sticking straight out of the ground.
Rose, actually, the rose bent over, walks by. Rose is straight.
Yep,
makes
because he
it
resurrected the
grow.
rose.
He can resurrect a rose, but he
6
can't resurrect a dude.
And then we have this
crosses.
really, really
yeah,
artsy, beautiful shot where he stands there and looks to the left and right, and then he
Turns
into a zombie and looks to the left and right, and then turns back to him
It
and turns
flips
to the
back
left
and forth
Over
between
and
him
over.
as Techno Jesus and
Oh
like
my God.
a spirit Halloween rubber mask
Yeah.
of a
And it's
It's
zombie
a really
kind of character.
important shot because he uses it about 142 times.
Was
And
that supposed to be
never-
his like natural alien
never got
form?
explained.
I think that's what it is because he
That's
came
what
from outer
Listen,
space.
That's
I don't
alien Jesus.
care. My point is, they didn't explain it.
Yeah, they did not.
And I was just like, why would you keep flinging it at my face
we
and
saw
not
that
tell
shot
me what
so
you're doing?
many times.
And it was always the same shot.
He thought it was
Over and
impressive.
over
He
again.
thought it was
he
really,
really liked
cool.
it. He was very proud.
That was
He
like
saved it as a quick save
Yeah.
and put it back into the.
I felt like that whole movie was like 2001: A Space Odyssey inspired. I feel like he was like, this is my 2001.
This is it.
Uh,
I can
Make
combine
these cool shots.
corporate greed,
yeah.
anti-corporate greed propaganda with Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey.
yep.
Now kiss.
So then they go to this white truck in the desert, which we're pretty sure was Neil Breen's truck. And it's got a gangster out on the back with his gangster girlfriend, and her titties are almost out.
Oh, another Neil Breen staple is he likes
But
to
never
have like
quite
the shirts
unbuttoned
like
to here.
Every girl
like-
in this
I can see the
movie-
curvature
so
of the breast.
gratuitous.
Every girl in this movie has a camisole on that's unbuttoned to
And
the
no
bottom
bra.
button.
Nope.
You know, and hey, I'll say this. Hollywood does this all the time. We're always exploiting bodies and stuff. But it feels gross in these movies because you feel like it's for Neil's benefit. You know,
So-
it makes you feel
He-
They also have a brick of cocaine.
Yeah.
a duct tape bag of cocaine.
Ripped
flour.
open.
Yeah.
A flower. And then he shoots up some heroin
That's what it is, isn't it?
with
It's just
his
a bag of
Miller
flour
Lite.
covered in duct tape and then cut open.
And blood comes out, which I'm already like, Neil Breen has never done heroin. And I mean, I also haven't done heroin, but or any
hasn't even done
Little
heroin.
Loser. I mean, but I kind of anyway. That was just bad.
That was bad. You're right.
This kind of plays back to what I said about the whole hacking thing, though. If you don't know,
That's true.
Then
You're
look it
right.
up.
You're right.
Some quick
Fucking research
Googling.
it. Yeah, Google it.
2009, Google was a thing.
You don't
So-
even need to do that. Just go watch like the movies from the 90s that are about hacking. Emulate that. It's not realistic, but it looks
Hackers with
better.
Hugh Jackman?
Yeah,
No.
but it would look better than that.
So realistic, that movie.
So in this film, Techno Jesus is his big thing is stopping. He has like a wavy
The
hand,
glow wave.
and he stops people. He
learned an
freezes them.
effect.
Wait, guys.
He can
1,
make
2,
them-
3.
He can make them disappear. He can heal his own wounds. He can heal the crippled. He can, but he's a dick. He does what he feels like. He is not benevolent.
He's as bad as the other guys.
He is like Old Testament God.
Because he freezes the two drug addicts
makes
in the
them
back of the
disappear.
truck, robs him of his
Oh, that's true.
clothes,
and
then
makes them
disappears
disappear,
them.
and
Yep.
then steals his
And he
truck
says he'll bring him
drives.
back later, which arguably he
When
does.
he's ready.
He
Yeah,
does.
when the time is ready.
Like after a few days.
I've had to freeze you and make you disappear, but it's only temporary.
So he proceeds
drives off,
to
goes
Nevada,
to Las Vegas.
Vegas.
Yeah.
And he's obviously at Sin City. He makes this huge
It
thing
is
about
Sin
solar
City.
panels and
he
talks
has
about
the
solar
solar panel
power. I
speech.
can't
Yeah, the
believe you
big
haven't
solar
discovered
panels,
solar
yeah.
power yet. You're so disappointed.
All the stock footage of the
Windmills.
windmills not spinning.
Well, like 5 of them, but still.
And then
And then we get to Vegas, and it sucks because it's Vegas, which
We have an establishing shot of a politician and his lawyer. being
Oh,
like,
that's
"Greed.
right. The three
guys.
We paid off the people to
in
do this."
ill-fitted
dudes.
suits.
And then
God,
they
I don't feel like doing
And
this.
then they
I
transition
really
over
don't.
to.
We have to.
And then they transition over to girl main character that I don't remember the name of. Another character and then
Oh, the
another
twins.
character.
Twins.
The twins aren't there. Only one of them is there. We're not there yet. We're at the part where she gets fired from the
Her solar
Solar
panel
job.
green energy job.
and then we
Which,
go
by
to
the way, they clearly could not like film in the building, so they found a
That's
building
so
that
true.
looked kind of professional, shot all the scenes outside. Like the girl gets fired outside.
bet
They
you-
have their water cooler talk
I
outside.
bet you $5 that building was for lease.
Yeah,
I was gonna
probably.
say that.
And they're like, we can
I
go
think
film
most
right
of the
in front
places
of that.
they shot were for lease.
It'll
Yeah.
look professional.
Or
Probably.
shots in this film were in front of a
was the
burnt
word?
out wreck.
I was gonna say that was like
God,
a demo
hangout,
area,
the
ready for
international
demo.
crime hangout
Gangs,
with,
where the gangs
with
go.
Weird Al Yankovic.
Actually, I liked him, though.
He was the coolest guy.
A vaguely European man with horribly long hair, and at first I thought it was a woman because his first outfit didn't fit very well. It was.
long hair.
It was. You have lovely hair. Stop. He looked like they did not style him right. Okay, he needed more TLC.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
he needed.
Everyone needed
Did they
something that fit.
style anyone? in these
No,
movies?
I think people
Yeah,
showed
Breen
up and they
styled
just
his hair.
like they walked on set.
With the wind.
I really think that they just walked on set.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
think anyone touched
Their
anyone's
own
makeup.
clothes.
Yeah.
Bring
You
your
either
own
knew how to
stuff.
do hair and makeup or you didn't. And
Yeah.
voila, here's the European man looking like a scraggly bear.
So when the lady gets fired, her apparently only okay, so she's a technical engineer.
She's a technical engineer for
green energy, and apparently her only option after getting fired is being a stripper or a hooker.
Yeah, those are.
No way, though, that I'm going to find anything half as interesting. Especially in this economy. Become a stripper. An escort. You'd be great at that.
Robot Jesus alien man is going around
just
like
goes around-
observing the world
Yeah,
and
observing.
correcting
The next
things
thing-
literally
Stop
as he
going
sees
The next
fit.
actual plot that comes up is the man with cancer.
Is it
Yes.
the actual next?
Yeah.
Okay, because
Yeah,
it
I
does
would
bounce
say
around
so.
the crime
Because
people.
there's
and
little
the
bits where the
prostitute,
crime
yeah.
people like things and they're like taking people. They
Oh,
have
There's a
them go
whole
do the
scene with
swimming.
And they're
Cool.
making deals.
Yeah, but that's
The-
not important.
The politician people
They're
are
making deals. They cut
and
off a dude's ear and a dude's hand. He dies in the middle of the
stupid.
desert.
This movie, it posits a world as well where there's like this gang of men that ranges from
Nine
like
men?
of like 9 men from like there's like
25
thugs,
to 60,
like thugs
The
with
most
guns,
average
to like
looking men.
totally nerdy dudes, to like kind of country redneck guys, to businessmen, and they're all just hanging out in this like gang in a dilapidated building.
As one does.
As
on a
one
Sunday
does.
afternoon.
Handed her
But
a
then-
meager sum of $20 bills.
Hey, Neil
for you,
Breen.
baby.
Neil Breen didn't have a lot in his bank account.
Hey, look, come on, you even bring out the Benjamins.
He had that good stock footage of that man pushing thousands of dollars off the table.
The one hooker sister's like boyfriend or whatever feels like he has to turn to being a car thief to like make ends meet. Which by that he means opening cars and stealing things from the cars.
Not someone.
Not
because
even
Neil
stealing
Breen
the
doesn't know
car.
how to steal cars.
But
He steals a
somehow-
couple of Nordstrom bags and then goes to try to join the gang
And
by the
somehow
dilapidated
he's
building.
Violated their turf
They violated
Yeah.
their turf, so
they murder
they
him.
kill him,
with a knife to the
cut
throat,
his throat.
and then shoot him like 3 times
Yeah.
for no reason because he's already dead.
And then
He
they
stole a couple of Nordstrom bags.
And then they cover him in a burgundy bag.
And then his girlfriend
and then
comes
they pull
in.
it back off, and the girl goes, ah! And then they cover it again. And then they pull it back, and the girl goes, ah! And they cover it
It's
again.
the same scream.
Yeah, that is a thing that Neil Breen does too. Okay, I don't want to say too much because you
No,
should
it's
never
too
do
much.
it ever. Is replay the footage, expecting people to think it's
The
just
footage
right after
and the
more
sound.
footage.
She vomits on the ground, and then they
They
cut away, and then
replay
they
it
come back and do the
immediately.
same
He does that
vomiting.
so much.
Yeah.
I guess that's what happens when you shoot 45 minutes worth of content.
And you need an
and
hour.
you need a feature.
Hour and 20.
The last 20 minutes were a repeat
Ah,
of the
my
beginning
eye.
of the movie.
Just poke my own eye out trying to get the memories out.
Get out. Leave.
So basically, in I Am Here, now, there's all this crazy stuff happening, and he, as Techno Jesus God, comes in, kind of like rights the wrongs.
Basically, he's like renegade Jesus.
That's just not right.
That's right, the chemo guy, because the guy's like, I have 1 month to live. I need to go see the Las Vegas sign. Reels him up to way too close to the Las Vegas sign to get any
He
good
puts him
vantage point.
here
Right
on the Las
next
Vegas
to
sign
it
just
as
to
he goes-
look up at it.
Yeah,
He makes a bunch of people's lower eyes bleed.
And sometimes their nose.
And sometimes their nose.
Chemo guy
But only
rolls
ever
his
one side of their face.
wheelchair in front of a car and then stops.
That's
in front
right.
Of the car.
He freezes the people that try to shoot him, and then
The girl who had a baby said she doesn't want to be a hooker anymore.
the paler of the two not twins.
Right.
Oh no, the fake baby threw her.
It's a
My Little Pony toy?
That's from
Gen 3?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then she's going by with her baby, and the old man in the wheelchair comes by, and
And he makes him
Techno
young.
Jesus comes up and goes, "You're young now," and now he's really young, and then they can go off and
Go
live
have
full
a
happy
family
life.
with her. And
Neither
they
of
don't have a
them
family.
have-
They
okay.
don't know each other.
Wait. She doesn't have a job because she's a prostitute. He doesn't have a job because he's just admitted that he has no money because of chemo, and he lives in an abandoned shack. What? They can't go live happily ever after.
And then Neil Breen makes
They-
the only piece of thing that he owns in his entire life, the wheelchair, disappears. He doesn't own it anymore.
Nate, the only Frozen addressed this issue already. You can't marry a man you just met.
That's true.
She don't even know this
She
man.
didn't even meet him. She
They
walked
just,
by him.
She saw him. I'm sorry, the girls aren't nice because they laughed at the guy who fell off of his bicycle.
They did. They
I'm
laughed at
tired
the
of him.
dirty guys.
There's like he has this weird obsession with women, and somehow they're never in the wrong. And I'm like, not a single woman in either of your films was good.
They're all women that have fallen
They're
from
like
grace.
the Jezebels.
That Neil Breen can come save.
Yes, which is important to his character as the Messiah that will save humanity.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He has a.
Techno Jesus
he
alien
has like
Messiah.
a sexual-ish
Oh
encounter.
my God! With the darker haired of the two twins.
Yeah.
He's just like back there. She can't actually look at him. It's not in the contract.
This is so no. Oh no. Ew, it's touching her face.
If a man was just laying over me, just staring at my face for that long, I wouldn't be smiling.
Or he's
okay?
perfectly
If a woman
perpendicular
was doing
to
it,
you.
yeah,
Makes me
I'm not
uncomfortable.
interested in that. It made us uncomfortable to watch, and it would have been uncomfortable to be in that moment. It was not romantic, and it was even less romantic when it was the alien version of his ugly ass, nuzzling her face.
God only knows what it was like to be any of the 4 people he nuzzled in tonight's films. Because as Charles mentioned, quantity. There's 3 romances that he has to have in Fateful Findings. 1 in I Am Here Now, but they're all just like
Awful.
Yeah.
But he doesn't kiss anyone for most of it. He like
Not well,
rubs
and
his
even when he
face all
does
over
kiss,
their
they're awful.
hair. Yeah.
They're
You're missing the lower lip, like somehow sticking like a tongue to a cold pole in the middle
That
of
one
winter.
time he kissed like the side of her mouth, like here.
Yeah.
awful.
Which was really
Oh,
really
all the
romantic.
super close-ups.
Yep.
He likes
That
super
didn't help.
close-ups.
They didn't add anything.
Somehow,
You didn't go,
all
wow,
these
look at that
scenes where
acting.
He's not looking at her. He's looking off to the
You,
right.
you know
of
why
the
you do a
thing.
close
Yeah.
up? So that you can really get in on
'Cause
that.
he's never looking at
The
her.
micro expressions. They're supposed to be happening.
I don't feel like they're in the same shot for most of these scenes.
Neil Breen has an ability to be literally inches away from somebody.
You were lying at Neil Breen has an ability.
And no, he does, because he has an ability to be inches from someone else's face and still somehow not looking at them.
Or acting.
Or emoting anything.
At all.
So
That's all.
how did that's right. There's an undercover cop. They start beating up the undercover
That's
cop.
undercover in the gang.
It's in the gang.
They
I don't remember
comically
any of
beat him
this.
up like the scene from Shaun of the Dead
my
where they're
God.
punching the zombie.
It was hilarious.
For like 30 minutes. Just
Somehow he
over
was
and
very
over
bloody
and
but
over.
not broken.
Yeah. And then
And then they chopped his finger off.
he pauses. Yeah, they did. Jesus then, the being, then pauses the gang
He
activity.
walks up, goes, "You're healed," and then takes the rope off of
And
him.
he ran like a girl, and it was
He
hilarious.
just runs away.
I mean, it was. You
I
missed
missed
that.
that.
Yeah,
You
I
weren't
was
there,
sad
you wouldn't-
because
yeah.
that was fun.
Rewind it.
Let's watch the whole movie again to get to that point.
That's not even.
And then he takes the other girl and
And he
just kinda
takes the girl.
pushes her
Well,
out.
you are now free. He then nuzzles her for a good 10 minutes. Then goes back into the desert and does everything he just did at the beginning of the film backwards.
But
he nails them
first
on the
he
cross.
crucified the 6 baddies.
That's
Which
right.
is why they had 6 crosses to begin with, because he knew going into it that he had to crucify.
He
them.
had 6
But by
Home
crucifying this
Depot.
one random ass gang in the central area of Las Vegas, Nevada, he has fixed the planet.
Yep, solved crime.
That did it.
That did it.
He can leave now.
No more crime.
All right, let's go blow up Nevada.
And then he mentions where he the experiment
So
failed.
We're going to give him a second chance. And then here comes the brown-haired prostitute lady saying, "Don't leave."
Yeah, they
And he
do the
does take
hand.
him
Not
with him.
Jesus,
The
no, like
Adam
creation
reaching out
of
to
Adam.
God. Yeah,
Yeah,
creation.
creation. They did another creation
Yeah.
joke.
I don't think it was a joke, Nate.
Reference. I'm tired.
Important
No one laughed.
symbolism.
Okay, we laughed, but it wasn't because it was
Yeah.
funny.
They did the creation
Deep,
symbolism.
meaningful symbolism.
Yeah, very
Important
deep.
to his character.
And then he left and...
And took her with him, we think?
Maybe.
She
We
wasn't
don't
in the
know.
rest
We
of the
don't-
shot.
She
No.
begged him to, and honestly, mad shout out to some of the people who probably hurt themselves during the making of these movies.
Oh, remember when the hooker lady was trying to get on the floaty in the
Yeah.
pool?
Yeah! And she hit her head!
I love this. Is my oh my god!
she hit her
almost
head.
hit her head. Oh my god! What an
Legitimately
awful-
worried for this
Can
one.
you guys leave that in the film?
She can't do it. She was trying to get up there and be cool,
And
be
then
cool,
they
but
cut
it was
the shot.
not inflated enough.
That was the
Shot.
That was the same lady that landed on her knees.
Yes.
That poor woman. I hope she joined the union shortly after this.
And her boyfriend that they slit his throat, he fell down
On
on
sharp
there was a jagged metal bit of
fence.
fencing.
And there was a very hard looking piece of metal behind
right in the
that.
base of his neck.
He landed gently, so I think he was probably fine. But
Yeah.
still,
Uncomfortable.
hello, safety violations. Where's your stunt coordinator?
He was the stunt coordinator.
Neil Breen was the stunt coordinator. I'll stop.
Neil Breen was everything.
Oh, and
Everything coordinator.
before we wrap this up, don't forget that in the Fateful Findings film, at the end, in the credits, any credit that had an N or a B in the title of the company was just Neil Breen, but he didn't want to say so. Because why take all the credit?
When you can later take all the credit. Well, I take all the credit outright.
I didn't want to tell you while the credits were going, but now that the credits are over,
It was
I
me.
was all
I
of
did
those
it all.
people.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Me.
So,
I'm so humble.
But again, I mean, oh, again, to have that much drive, I mean, it takes so much freaking work, we all know this, to make anything together, to put together a short film, let alone something of feature length. To have that much drive and then to also be fine with this level of finished product or this level of acting, I don't get it. I don't understand. How do you design this movie and then act like this?
Did at any point...
Look at this scene right now. Look at this.
Look, the bare shoulders.
Seinfeld.
Oh, and
Look
his
at
nipple.
this.
His nipple. Because that's the nipple I wanted to see, everybody. Thank God.
I don't want to see
No
this
one wanted
nipple.
to see that.
Just to let people know, 7 out of 7 corks means that it's the perfect best.
Bad film.
Yes, 7 out of 7 is the just the best bad movie you've watched. It's entertaining. You're just like, I can't wait to share this with friends. 1 out of 7 is just like, I don't ever want to see this again. It's not entertaining it's not an entertaining bad movie.
I should not be on this panel.
I feel like I need to do them separate.
Yeah, it's separate.
Okay.
Totally
Okay,
separate.
so
Oh,
separate.
good. So we'll start with Fateful Findings.
Okay.
Fateful Findings, Michael, go.
Fateful Findings. I would have to give this a negative 17.
You can't go negative.
That's what I was
you have to stay in
expecting.
the positive.
That is what I was...
Cannot.
You have
Don't
to stay in the positive.
ever watch this movie.
So that's a 1 then.
Go watch The Shaft. Go watch Velocipaster. Go watch anything, Sharknado. I mean, oh God, this was not an enjoyable experience for me, not even in an ironic way.
Okay, so Fateful Findings, you give a 1.
1,
Okay, I am here, ... now.
2. I give it a 2.
That's fair.
Oh, that's much nicer.
That's pretty generous. Yeah. Fateful Findings goes a lot. I mean, I'm here. Now goes a lot faster. So Fateful Findings just seemed like it would never end, and it meant nothing, and it was horrible.
The thing is, it's 20 minutes shorter. Unfortunately, the 20-minute ending of I Am Here Now is all repeat shots.
Same footage.
Which is why I have to say what I'm
So you're
saying.
going to go for Fateful Findings
Fateful
first.
Findings is 2.
Okay.
Because I was not bored. I was bored, but I wasn't like so bored I couldn't finish it. There was just enough. It's like when you see a fire that's still going and you're like, I don't want to put it out now because at least it's like, you know, you're sticking it out to the end, you know, it's nothing like absolute garbage. And then I would give I Am Here, now a 4. It might be because of how bad Fateful Findings was in relation to that it was such a breath of fresh air.
What did you give down?
A 4?
I think you can give down
How
a 4.
dare you
I'm pretty sure.
give this the same score you gave down? I'm going to let you sit on that, okay?
No, man, I am completely confident because I Am Here, now had Techno Jesus. Now had Techno
Get it
Jesus on the nose, repeat stuff. I think if you're looking for a good representation of Breen films, it's great.
Yeah,
If
that's good.
If you're looking for something to watch that is a Neil Breen film that won't drag on,
Because it's only 88 minutes, so which is much better. So 2 and a 4.
All right, I'm basically going to say exactly the same thing Michael said. I think if I could go back in time and stop Fateful Findings from being made, I would do so. I would do that before I'd go back in time and take out any of the great dictators and tyrants of our world. Because that
one wouldn't have an effect on
That-
the world.
I just think I'd be doing so many people a favor. I'd save so many hours of people's lives. And it gave me nothing. It actually took from me. I've never had a movie steal from me in that way. It was the worst thing I've ever seen, and it was not so bad, it was good. It was so bad, I wished that I was one of the senators at the end, killing myself. It's a 1. I can't give it less than a 1. I have truly established I cannot do that. However, I would say I Am Here, now, is a 2. And the reason I would say that it's a 2 is because I enjoyed it, a little bit of it. It was horrible, but it was not, it was so bad that it was a teeny bit good. Fateful Findings to me, you know that scene where Chris Farley is like rolling down the hill and he's just screaming, oh my God! I felt like he must have felt rolling down that hill the entire time. At least I got, and I liked the artistic expression in I Am Here Now.
I did too.
I enjoyed the artistic bits.
I did too.
I really hated that baby doll in the carriage, but it's okay, I'll forgive it. Because at least it was horribly on the nose, but at least he was trying to say something. All right,
All into you.
I'm going to completely skew the
He's gonna be the statistic.
That's why I love it that he's here, though.
So if we're going in order of what we watch.
Faithful Findings, and then I know.
Faithful Findings is a solid 3.
Okay.
So I'll do both and then I'll explain this.
Okay.
Faithful Findings is a 3. I Am Here Now is a 2.
Oh.
So I Am Here Now
Does not surprise me.
was a very good movie. There was a lot of very good shots, a lot of good pacing, a lot of good artistic value. Faithful Findings, I would rather watch with more people. As a bad movie to be like, let's all sit down and watch a bad movie. That was more entertaining.
Really? Well,
There was less going on in I Am Here. There was a direct, straight line plot that was fed to you on a plate.
That's true.
Okay.
This was more fun to watch as a group setting because there was so much going on, you had no idea what was going on.
Teach their own.
That's I can see the logic behind
And maybe
that.
for you, I wouldn't go back in time and destroy it because it brought you joy.
And that's what I was gonna say. There are a lot of people that this is like their bread and butter when it comes to bad movies. So you would be taking, unfortunately, away the joys of a lot of people.
I mean, I get what you mean. I just remember wanting to kill myself halfway
No,
through.
You would
Faithful
save
Findings.
I can
Michael's life,
completely
though.
understand your perspective on that. I just feel that that was a more enjoyable watch
I get what you mean, yeah.
than I Am Here Now.
I can understand like that multiple plot thread that goes into nothing. Okay, so
There's more just bizarre happening in Fateful Findings, really. Like, oh God, not this. Yeah.
So, having said all that, I still think I'd recommend both of them as you have to watch it to believe it's real. I don't think anything we told you tonight could quite If I had to suffer, so do you.
There it is. There we go.
If it seems interesting in any way to you whatsoever, if the concept of Michael trying to kill himself through sheer force of will interested you in any capacity, watch them. They're not too long. They're not the most incompetent thing you could watch. There's some stuff
I don't know about that.
I think if you're a film student, watching them is actually a helpful thing, just to remind you of all the things not to do. And because you can watch some movies that are like, oh, you don't do this, and like aspects of it. This is like a master class in what not to do. It's a complete package.
Is it good for a writer as well? Because you know exactly what not to write.
Yeah, and you know what sounds repetitive, you know what it would
If
be.
you
Yeah.
enjoy inflicting self-flagellation, watch
Watch
'em.
this film.
There is no better way to hurt yourself with just your eyeballs.
If you want to be a good actor, watch these movies, and then you'll learn what not to do as an actor.
To take a 1 to 3 second pause in between every line you read.
Some of the words within the sentences.
If you want to be an editor, watch these movies and learn
It's a
what not to
smorgasbord, a
do.
9-course meal of what not to do.
And I truly believe that you cannot believe it is real until you've seen it with your own eyes.
That's fair.
Top to bottom.
That is true.
Because what we have said here does
Doesn't
not
justify
cover it.
No, we
I
haven't even
can't.
scratched the surface.
I can't.
No.
Yeah, I don't recommend this at all. Don't do this to yourself. Don't do it. You got better things to do with your life, all right? Life's too short.
Don't live that
do
life, climb that mountain, make that movie, just not
Or
these.
just don't watch that.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, Merry Christmas.
Merry
This
Christmas.
has
Happy
been
holidays.
Uncorked, the Christmas edition. So, Merry Christmas and enjoy the gift of the season, which is
Obviously
Neil
us.
Breen. And good luck ordering these films because it's a night.
Yeah.
Happy
Adios.
holidays.
Does not bode well.
It does not. I will warn you because I double checked. This came before Fateful Findings.
No. Probably worse.
Don't say that. Already bad.
Stop.
Stop. Stop. Now.
Nate, what the f is wrong with you? Don't die.
We've already got a big panorama shot and some kind of magical shit moving across the screen.
No! Don't tell me that!